Hi, today here we are going to be celebrating Asian Week at Carroll Lutheran Village, and today we're going to be making a Korean pork bowl. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put together my Korean barbecue sauce. So we're going to have a little bit of sesame oil. We're going to put that in our bowl. I have some rice wine vinegar, a little bit of that. And this is not like a typical barbecue sauce like the dark sauce that we use on the grill in the summertime. This is an Asian style barbecue sauce, so it's very light and it's got some sesame and ginger in, but I've got a little bit of chopped garlic here. We're going to put that in there as well, sort of like a marinade. Fresh ground ginger, root, always use fresh. It's so much better than the dried stuff. A little bit of soy sauce. We're going to add that in our bowl. You can kind of see that this is almost like a vinaigrette. Some honey. Sweeten it up a little bit. Put that in there. A little bit of sesame seeds. You can use the dark sesame if you want. I've just got the white ones today. And a little bit of sriracha, which is hot sauce, but we're just going to do a little bit of spice on that. You can see it's like an Asian brown sauce. So we're just going to mix that up a little bit. Just like that, almost like a vinaigrette. And then we're going to add that to our pork. So what I have is a cooked pork butt, and we've cooked that down. And you can see it's nice and tender. And I like to do this the day before, and then pull the meat apart and add it the next day to our Korean barbecue sauce. So we're going to heat that on the stove. I like to put my pork in there. Some of the cooking liquid too, I also like to add as well. We're going to put that in there and heat that up. And then we're going to add our Korean barbecue sauce to the pork. So we're going to just warm that back up again. This is a nice dish. It's easy. You can kind of assemble it in steps because the pork butt does take a long time to roast. So that's getting hot there. You can see it's kind of sizzling in the pan. Look at that. Yeah. So now we're going to add our Korean barbecue sauce. Just put a little bit of that in there and let that warm up. All right. And this is great with jasmine rice. You can serve it with just plain white rice if you like. We'll just let that sit for a minute. And I have some steamed white rice that we are going to use today. So now we have our Korean pork with the barbecue sauce on, and we're going to build our plate. I've got some steamed rice. So we're just going to put that in our bowl here. That looks great. And I also have some Asian slaw, which I made, and this is actually better made the day before. Just an Asian style slaw with cabbage, some cilantro, carrots, rice wine vinegar. So I like to just use my hands and kind of pile that on top of the rice there. And then I have a little bit of hot sauce, sriracha. You can leave this out if you would like. You don't have to put it on. But I like a little bit of heat. So we're just going to drizzle some of that on there. A little bit. There you go. And then, of course, we've got our pork here that was cooking in that Korean barbecue. We're going to top that on there. It smells delicious already. And then I always like to garnish the plate. We've got some fresh cilantro here. Get a glove on. And I've got some green spring onions that we're going to just chop up and put on top of that. A little bit of cilantro, and you don't have to cut it real fine. I like to just do a coarse chop and sprinkle it on your dish there. A little bit of green onion here. You can skip the green onion if you don't like those. And there you go, our Korean pork bowl.